This film shows us a woman who chose to be a trad wife, and from the outside looking in, she seems to have everything that she wants, but things may not be as they seem, and you see why. This is Tina Balzer, an educated woman living in a nice apartment in New York City with her 2 daughters and her husband, Jonathan, a social climbing lawyer who is obsessed with status, appearances, and moving up in New York's society. Every single day, Tina goes through the same routine: cooking, cleaning, walking the dog, dropping off the kids, and catering to Jonathan's every need. From the outside looking in, everything is perfect, but in reality, she is one bad morning away from having a complete breakdown, because every single day, Jonathan makes sure she knows her place. He criticizes everything she does: how she dresses, how she raises their daughters, and how she runs the house. Nothing is ever right, and nothing is ever enough.
And that god-awful hair of yours. Maybe you don't care what you look like in front of me and the girls. But what about the rest of the world? You're Mrs. Jonathan Balzer, my wife.
And the daughters have learned a lot from their father, for they speak to their mother with the same disrespect that he does.
Mother, you're not going to wear that outfit, are you?
What's wrong with this outfit?
It shows all your buzz.
One day, the couple is finally invited to an exclusive party that Jonathan has been working overtime to get an invitation to. At the party, as Jonathan works his way through the crowd, hoping to meet someone important, Tina meets George Prager, a popular writer who is charming, passionate, and a little bit rude.
That's too bad you're not my type. You look like a cannibal, cheap and dry.
I'm convinced that some men truly believe this to be flirting. Anyways, after the insults, Tina ignores him but bumps into George once again at a private event for an art gallery, but I guess George preferred her hair this time, so he hits on her.
Does screwing appeal to you?
And Jonathan encourages her to befriend him due to his high social status. And once again, Tina is unimpressed. But that doesn't stop George from pursuing her. And Tina, who unfortunately has low self-esteem, eventually gives into his insults. Compliments, and meets with George for drinks. As George works his charm on her,
I am going home.
Sit down!
after what I would call verbal abuse, they begin having an affair. But after he tells her that he is not looking for love or a relationship, Tina reassures him that neither is she. Anyways, back at home, as Tina prepares everything for Thanksgiving all by herself, she also has to wait on Jonathan hand and foot because he claims to be sick. Too sick to help, but healthy enough to eat and bitch at her throughout the whole meal, and even has enough strength to take a last-minute meeting, which is when Tina finds out that Jonathan plans to invest their savings in a vineyard.
How can we afford to invest in a vineyard?
I'm in charge of financial matters around here.
So Tina turns to George for comfort by continuing their affair because their sexual chemistry seems cosmic. Meanwhile, back at home, things are heating up as Jonathan plans to throw a large, extravagant party that they can't afford, hoping the elites of New York City shows up. Tina tries to push back on Jonathan's social climbing plans, but in typical narcissistic fashion, her advice falls on deaf ears.
In 9 days, we are giving a party for 100 people. I have hired Beaumont, the most expensive caterer in New York, to handle the food and the service, even the ice. I would like to see you do one thing to make this party a success.
So to please Jonathan, Tina decides to invite George, who is well known in high society. But as time goes on, Tina finds out that George is not her salvation, for he is emotionally unavailable, self-absorbed, and just as controlling as Jonathan.
You want to get laid, you come here and you get royally laid. Isn't that enough?
Girl, he was like that from the start. Anyways, finally, the day of the big party arrives and things reach a boiling point. As Jonathan flirts with the guests, Tina tries to keep it together, and George is a complete no-show.
Let's go, everybody. Come on.
Come on, honey. This place is dead.
Everything falls apart when most of the guests leave early, making their society debut a complete flop. After blaming her for the failed party, Tina goes to see George and quickly realizes that George is seeing someone else and decides to confront him. Now Tina, don't make me have to defend a man.
Now you listen to me. There always have been other broads, and there always will be. Broads and broads and broads. What the hell has that got to do with you, Mrs. America?
You're sick.
After that fight, they finally call it quits, and she returns home heartbroken that night and sees Jonathan in the kitchen, who tells her that, as she predicted, the investment was a bust. They are bankrupt. He may lose his job at the firm, and
I've been having an affair.
And finally, he asked her if she would like a divorce or if she would be willing to give him a second chance. In the end, we don't get an answer. Instead, we find her in group therapy where she has to face the consequences of her indecision.
She has a husband and a lover and an 8-room apartment on the park. Why does she need help?
I don't understand her problem. Your husband works hard to support you. You are nothing but a spoiled middle-class bitch, exactly like my ex-wife, so I know whereof I speak.
Diary of a Mad Housewife is a 1970 American comedy/drama directed by Frank Perry and written by Eleanor Perry, based on Sue Kaufman's 1967 novel. Carrie Snodgrass received an Oscar nomination and won the Golden Globes for Best Actress. Meanwhile, Richard Benjamin as Jonathan is one of the most infuriating characters I have ever seen on screen, and I mean that as a compliment because they really committed to making this man absolutely unbearable. This is why Diary of a Mad Housewife fits perfectly into this month's theme, the downfall of the trad wife. What this film refuses to do is give Tina and us an easy answer. She doesn't find herself through the affair. In fact, I would argue that the affair only gave her more insecurities and anxiety. The downfall in this film isn't dramatic. It's the slow realization that the life Tina built, or rather the life that was built around her, wasn't the life she actually wanted. Her husband is wicked, her lover is worse, but because she's a housewife, she's not financially stable enough to go out on her own. The trad wife fantasy sells women on the idea that a good home, a successful husband, and well-dressed kids equals fulfillment. If you happen to watch the last movie I featured, Tapad, in which a housewife left her husband after just one slap, you will see a woman who chose to take action at the first sign of a red flag. While this film shows us what happens when a woman does not leave the marriage but instead continues to take the disrespect. Both films ask the same question: what does it cost a woman to stay? And is the cost ever worth it? Well, some might argue that it depends on the woman's situation, but personally, for me, the answer is no, because some women end up paying that cost with their lives. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Abby and this is Vixen Cinema, where I feature movies with complex female characters. New episode drops weekly, so please hit like and follow for more. Bye.